Rain hammered the city streets, turning puddles into mirrors that reflected her pain. Maya sat on the cold pavement, clutching her shivering baby to her chest, her tattered coat soaking wet. Her lips trembled, not just from the biting wind, but from the storm raging inside her. Just weeks ago, she had a home, a job, and a fiancé who promised to love her forever. Now she had nothing. No ring, no job, no roof over her head. Just a tiny baby who cried from hunger, as if begging her to fight one more day. Her tears mixed with the rain as she whispered, "I can't do this anymore." That's when a small, innocent voice broke through the night. "Daddy, her baby is freezing." Maya flinched at the voice and slowly turned her head. Standing just a few feet away was a little girl in a yellow raincoat, her big brown eyes full of concern. Beside her stood a tall man in a suit, holding an umbrella over them both. Maya's first instinct was to look away. She hated pity. People passed by her every day. Some stared, most ignored her. She didn't want their sympathy, just enough money to buy formula for her baby. But this little girl didn't just look at her. She looked through her. "Daddy." The girl tugged at the man's coat. "We can't just leave them." The man, Daniel Grayson, CEO of a tech company that dominated the city skyline, knelt down so he was eye level with Maya. His expensive shoes splashed in the puddles, but he didn't care. "Are you okay?" he asked softly. Maya bit her lip. Pride and pain battled inside her. She wanted to scream, "No, I'm not okay," but the words caught in her throat. All she could do was clutch her baby tighter. Daniel noticed the baby's tiny hands, purple from the cold. Something twisted in his chest. He had everything: wealth, status, power. But seeing this young mother sitting in the rain, he suddenly felt small, helpless. "We can take you somewhere warm," Daniel offered. "There's a shelter a few blocks from here. I can call ahead." "No," Maya cut him off sharply. Her voice was hoarse. "I'm fine." She wasn't fine, and they all knew it. But after everything, after losing her job when the company downsized, after being abandoned by the man who had sworn to love her, after watching her savings disappear, Maya didn't trust anyone. She couldn't let another stranger hold the power to hurt her. The little girl stepped forward. "What's your baby's name?" Maya hesitated. No one had asked her that in weeks. "Hope," she whispered. The girl smiled. "That's a pretty name. My name's Ella. Can I hold her?" Maya's arms tightened protectively around Hope, but something about Ella's innocent face made her pause. Slowly, reluctantly, she nodded. Ella gently took the baby, wrapping her small arms around her, as if she were holding the most precious thing in the world. In that moment, something shifted in Maya. The wall she had built around her heart cracked, just a little. Daniel helped Maya to her feet. "Please," he said gently, "let us help you tonight. Just tonight. If you don't like where we take you, we'll leave." Maya hesitated again. Then she looked at Hope's tiny face, her cheeks red, her breath weak, and nodded. That night, for the first time in weeks, Maya slept in a warm bed. But warmth couldn't chase away the ache inside her chest. She stared at the ceiling, haunted by memories of the life she'd lost, the job she'd worked so hard for, the man she thought she'd marry. She hated that she had to rely on strangers. She hated feeling weak. Still, as she listened to Hope's soft breathing beside her, a small voice inside her whispered, "You survived another night. That counts for something." The next morning, Daniel returned to the shelter, Ella skipping at his side. Maya was sitting in the cafeteria, feeding Hope from a bottle the shelter had given her. She looked different, less like a shadow, more like a person trying to find her footing. Daniel sat across from her. "I made some calls," he said carefully. "There's a program for single mothers that can help with housing and job training. I can connect you with them." Maya's first instinct was to refuse. She didn't want charity. But Daniel's tone wasn't pitying. It was respectful, as though he saw her as someone worth helping, not someone broken. "I don't know if I can do this," she admitted quietly. "I feel like everything I touch falls apart." Ella reached over the table and held Maya's hand. "My teacher says when something breaks, you can glue it back together, and it's even stronger than before." Maya laughed softly, the sound surprising even herself. "You're a wise little girl. Daddy says I get it from him," Ella said proudly, making Daniel smile for the first time that morning. Over the next few weeks, Maya started attending the program. It wasn't easy. There were days she wanted to quit, days when the memories of her old life left her in tears. But every time she looked at Hope, she reminded herself why she couldn't give up. Daniel checked in occasionally, sometimes dropping off baby supplies, sometimes just to see how they were doing. Ella always insisted on coming, and every time she held hope, Maya saw the girl's words come to life. She saw the cracks in her heart slowly filling with something new, hope. One evening, after a long day of training, Maya walked back to her small but clean room at the transitional housing facility. She sat on the bed and looked at Hope, who was smiling up at her. "We're really going to make it," she thought. The next time Daniel visited, Maya greeted him with news. She had been offered a part-time job at a local accounting office. It wasn't glamorous, but it was a start. Daniel smiled, proud. "I told you, you're stronger than you think." Maya nodded. For the first time, she believed it. As the months passed, she saved enough to rent a small apartment. She sent Daniel and Ella a picture of her and Hope standing in front of their new home, smiling. Daniel showed the picture to Ella, who beamed. "See, Daddy? We fixed her." "No," Daniel said quietly, smiling. "She fixed herself. We just reminded her she could." Moral of the story. True healing begins the moment we choose not to give up. Sometimes life shatters us into pieces, but with love, courage, and faith, even from strangers, we can rebuild. Strength isn't about never falling. It's about rising again, one small step at a time.